Sechta Bava basra daf kuf zayin aleph kuf samach zayin amud aleph, the third line from the top. Abaya. Abaya said, "Hi man, the boiler mechne chasimus yodei b'veidina." This person had to send a sample of his signature to Bezdin. Why? What happened?
When did you have to send this?
So I'm telling you when he has to do it. Two people were signed on a shtar halva, and one of them died. So now they have to be Mekayim the signature. So the one that can testify, and the second one's, and the one that died, and the aid that died, is the aid that's alive plus another person. But if he'll testify in his own signature, and he'll also testify with another aid on the other signature, that's no good, because Mekenish Mekayim Zayin Ashtar, Drei Fretov Mitein aid. It has to be two aid them equal. And here he's going to be testifying on his own signature, and then plus, that's half the shtar, plus half of his friend's signature. That's 2/3 that he can do. So what did the Chacham suggest? That he takes his signature. He shouldn't testify in his signature. He writes, he makes a chsima, sends it to Bezdin, and Bezdin themselves do the kiyum. They do the kiyum themselves, and then he'll testify. It's two aiders on one, and the Bezdin did his signature. He had nothing to do with it. Says the Gemara, when he does that signature and he sends it to Bezdin, lo lechli beseif megillah. He shouldn't sign at the bottom of the Megillah that you can write whatever you want on the top. Why? Because maybe this star will get lost with the signature on the bottom.
And somebody will find it.
And somebody will find it because of the Masbei Suzmin. All right, he owes me $1,000, and look, he signed on the bottom. So says the Gemara, and we learned in the Mishnah, if you have a star only with the person's ksav yad, not to aid him, and the guy writes, it's a note that he signed on the bottom that he owes another guy $1,000. He could be gave from this guy can come to his bnei chayim and take away the star, not from the lekuches, because it's not two aidim the star. It's only him. It's just one signature. So you don't have to be Mekayim his own that one signature. You can be Mekayim, it's real. It's a real signature, but he made a mistake by signing on the bottom. He should have signed on the top, so nobody would be able to write what they want on the bottom. I mean, on the top of it. There was this person, tax collector, this Jewish tax collector.
Jews, no, Jewish.
Huh? No, we'll soon see what he did. So this tax collector said, please send me your signature, because, and he said, so Abai want to know, what do you need my signature for? He says, when the Rabbanim will come and show me that you're signing off that they're Talmidei Chachamim, so then I'll let them pass without paying taxes, because they're Talmidei Chachamim, they don't have to pay. So So Abaya started to write his signature on the top. Have a konogid bait. This Jewish tax collector was pulling the star, so he should sign on the bottom. Amalei says, you scam artist. The Rabbanim already knew about your tricks, and we know to sign on the top of the Megillah. So stop pulling the parchment, so I should end up signing on the bottom. Leave it alone. I'll sign on the top, or you're full of baloney.
So what is he going to do if he signs on the bottom?
If he signs on the bottom, he'll write on the top that Abai owes him this and that. On the top.
He wants to start up with a buyer?
Yeah, he doesn't care. Whoever he can make a buck off. He thought Abai. He thought, and he thought Abai is an easy catch. He's not a businessman.
All the guys had plenty of money. All the guys, all their big rabbis.
Oh yeah.
We're business people.
Sure. Abai gesagt mit Las
Essen. From a road,
well, they say if Rockefeller would have been a Malamed, he would make an extra salary over the millions that he made. Okay, Abaya said mitlasvat eser, from the number 3 till 10. Loy lichte shita. Don't write 3 plus at the end of the line or 10 at the end of the line. Why? Dilma Mazayif because we're afraid he'll be Mazayif and he'll add Yud Langenun. Lamashal. He owes him 3 seller, he'll write Lasa, and at the end of the page there's still a gap. He'll put in a Yud and a Langenun. Lasin, it's 30 seller. All right, Arba at the end of the line. Ayud mit a Langenun. Aboyin. It's 40 slayim.
Because there's no place to write.
No, the what? At the end of the line, there's always place. In the middle of the line, there's no place because
But
at the end you have a gap. So he just puts a yud in the line, and it's perfect for me.
You don't realize this is different?
No, sometimes you go for it's not a exact. It's not a computer. He writes instead of 3, 30. Arba, 4 slayim, aboyin, 40, and why dafka from 3 to 10? Sagt the Rashbam, because once it's 11, you can't you can't falsify. Why? How do you write 11 in Hebrew? Achad eseh. But if you want to make after the eseh, you want to make esrim, yud shlasma. Achad esim, you can't write achad. You have to echad mitavav vi esim. So once you have to put it between the echad and the esim above, so it's going to be right next to each other. The whole they'll say something is fishy.
Not this one.
Yeah, sagt die Mann, wie ist Hamelei?
It has to be meaty, not fishy.
Yeah, sagt die Mann, good. Wie ist Hamelei? And if it happens that the guy he ended up writing klasa on the end of the line, and the guy added a yuda line genun, nahadle the Buddha train klasa zimne. Throughout the course of the star, towards the end of the star, you should make a little chazara, like we say in the last line of the star. We write a chazara of the star, right? That's what we do. So even though in the beginning of the star he wrote 30, but we go according to the last line. And in the last line it says it's 3 and it's not 30, so we follow that. If you're going to chaz it a second time and a third time, it's not going to always end up at the end of the line. The word tlasa will be in the middle of the line. And then you won't be able to put a yud on the line because the next word is there.
Too close.
It's too close. So you'll see towards the end of the star, it says 3 and 4 versus 30 and 40, and we're going to go according to the end of the star. Oh, they knew all the tricks. Zam alles bewarnt. Everything that they could. Sagt die Gemara, Ahu da
Be a lawyer after look at this Gemara.
yeah, before, right? Ahu da havek. There was a story with a star in which it was written, I'm selling you, he says, Reuven is saying to Shimon, I'm selling you my garden and a tilsa bepadesa and a third of my orchard. He took the base, you see, and you take off the top and the bottom and you're left just with the back line. It's above.
Okay.
So he left above, and instead of saying bip, he's getting a third in the pardes. He erased the top. Now it's pardes. He's getting a third of it extra, whole pardes. He raised the base and made it into above. Machke legage the base v'chare. He erased the top of the base and the bottom v'shavye, and now he made it into above, and he made pardesa instead of bipardesa. A third before we said a third in the pardes. And now it says a third, so a third means a third in the garden. Upades, and he gets the whole orchard. But the Chulchem, he's trying to get away with stealing a whole pardes. Just by erasing a little bit of the base and making it into above. Also the Kamei Dabai, he came before Abai. Amalei, my time at Revi'ichlei, Omelahai Vav. Why is there such a big separation between the Vav and the Pei? Usually, if it's a base, then it would be next to the Pei, because the base has a line on the bottom. So, but now that you erase the top part, which takes a little bit, quite a bit of space, so the Vav is here and the Pei is here, so it looks fishy. Fishy again. We need meaty, like you said. Amalei. So Abai says to him, my time in Amalei. Why is there such a big space between the Vav and the Pei? Oh no, Kafse. He tied him up. And had to get Malkis. And he was made at the end that tak. There was a mice with a star.
So those times the amendment took the guy, put him down. And
That's the only way. Patch. I can patch get this.
they didn't understand it.
This wasn't a bezin. The Abai took care of it himself. Yeah, it was done in a bezin. No, it wasn't done. It was Marcus. Abai Ahud. So the Ahud Ahava Kasbei. There was a story with a star that there was written Manas Reuven Shimon Achei. The chelik of the karka of the brothers Achei, the brothers of Reuven and Shimon, that whatever the chalakim they have is sold to plainly to Shimon. I'm sorry, it's sold to Levi. Hana lahu achad l'shmei Achei. Reuven and Shimon had a brother called also Achi. So this Chochem, this Ganef, went also Kosav Bei Vav B'Shavei Ve'Achi. In the star was written that he's buying Reuben and Shimon, the brothers, their chelek of Karka. But it says Achi. Their brothers. Reuben and Shimon's brother, as brothers, their
Did you put the
chalak.
word Acha before Reuven and Shimon?
No,
You don't really-
you're right. Reuben and Shimon
The
Achi.
brothers.
Reuben and Shimon, the brothers.
Brothers, Reuven and Shimon should have been written.
No, not in Hebrew. I think it's always this way. Reuben and Shimon Achi, the Reuben and Shimon and the brothers are selling the chalakim to this guy, to Levi. But they had a brother called Achi. So what did he do? Another brother. So this guy wanted chap Achi's chelik also. So instead of so Reuven Shimon Achi means Reuven Shimon the brothers. So he wrote Ve'Achi, and also the third brother's chelik he's getting. Who also Kosav Bei Vav B'Shavei Ve'Achi. He went and he put a vav in front of the Achi, and then the third brother's chelik also.
Two brothers have the same name.
No, Reuven Shimon, and then they had Achi, a brother called Achi. But or you could say Reuven Shimon. Which Reuven and Shimon? Achi, the brothers Reuven Shimon. But here he made a trick. He says not the brother. He didn't mean the brothers. He meant also the third chelik. Ve'Achi and Achi's chelik. Also the Kamei Abai came before.
He was the best in the best.
Yeah, Abai knew how to figure these people
He
out.
was a businessman.
He's one of the Persians over there. We all get over there.
Okay. Also the Kamei Abai, he came before Abai. Amalei said to Taveya, my time a dochik lei oma lahai vav kuli hai. I see. It says Reuven Shimon, and then Achi. Okay, so it says the same space. But jetzt hast du eingestupt vav. Now if it says Shimon is there's no even right after the noon is a vav. Why is it so close?
Before it was too wild.
And now it's too close. I'm like, my time why did you stup in the vav over there? So Kav say at the Matsu gebunden and he gave him clap. Yeah, but then he was made that he was here. That's what he brings down over here. I just want to. I don't. Shakaf. He said that. Vakavana Shakaf. He said b'makis. He forced him with makis to be my.
I was listening to the appellate case with Simpson and Aguch.
Oh.
It's on the
This thing
Okay.
I'm so good at
Yeah, they figured it out. Who started? I'm not listening. Okay, who started? I don't want to be on the. Who started? There was this star. Have a chasma late. There's a story that on the star was written Rava as 1/8, the first 8, and then Rav Achabarada as the second 8. Also the Kamei Rava. The star came before Rava. Amalei. So
I
Rava.
had too much already.
What kind of business was it?
Okay, this
What
and
kind
now.
of business was it here now? What was the business?
Hava.
Oh,
So the guy came with a star Hava, that Reuben Bart and Shimon, and he's one of the Simis, Rava. But Rava was the first signature, and a star. Amalei, he says, Dain, Chsimis Yeda Didihu, yeah, this Chsima is mine, says Rava. I can tell you for a fact, if I had to sign together with Rav Acha Barada, I'm sorry, with Rav Acha Barada, I would never sign before him. Rav Acha Barada is going to sachelta for me.
He was signed first.
He would always allow Rav Acha Barada to sign first and then him. It was a mamsha echte zakin and a Talmud Chacham. So yeah, but that's Bnei Zakin's right. So Kav say, give him clap. He says this is something's wrong. But and he forced him, and he was made that he falsified. Amalei, and now Rava says to this to the one that Mamish mimicked his signature. He says, "Bishleima didi zayaft." I understand how you were able to mimic my signature.
It wasn't so great.
It's not by means of pashta chsima. You can easily copy it. The Ross is Yoda. He was an old man. His hands were shaking. It was off the chart. Go find, try to make a. So he says, "Hey, how about it?"
I think he shuffled the hand, no?
Yeah, but if you can't shuckle like that, you have every person shuckles differently. How did he do it?
It's like by the X-ray, by the heart attack.
He says, "Anche Yedoyu B'Mitzah." He says, "I held on to the rope that you go. You know those wooden bridges that you have to hold on to the rope, that you shouldn't fall, and it shakes." So I was riding while I was holding on to the rope, and it was shaking, and that's how it was. Ramilei come Arzanuka. Now they say that he stood on not a barrel, but a box which had water. I don't know what they call it again. It's like smaller than a barrel. He was standing, and it's very hard to balance because the water moves from side to side. It was shaking because, and that's how he wrote it.
So that's what he wrote.
That's how he was able to write shaking.
So the Gemara teaches us how to pull something thing.
But they still give him Malchus.
Oh yes, sure.
We have doctors and lawyers, how they sign you, now you know how to do it.
Yeah.
So they scribble stuff.
Sagt the Mishnah, Koisvin get li ish, afa pishein ish imay. One, a man is allowed to write a get for his wife, even though the wife is not there with him, because the halacha is that a man can give a get against her will. So he doesn't have to come on to her. So he's allowed to write a get even without her. And a receipt that she received the ksuba, she's allowed to write. Because who's going to lose if she writes the receipt? She's going to lose. If she didn't get a ksuba yet and her receipt falls on the floor and the husband finds it, he won't pay her the ksuba. But she's allowed to write it because it's a schus for him. It's a schus for the husband because he'll have a receipt. And it's a chay for her and she's ready to write it, so it's fine. Okay? Even though the husband's not there. Providing that they recognize who it is. And the Gemara is going to explain what that means.
Why is she writing a receipt? For what purpose is she
That she be ready, that once she receives the ksuba, the money of the ksuba, she can right away, because the husband is going to say, I don't want to give you the ksuba till we write up a receipt. So she has the receipt ready. And the Baal pays for the star because this is beneficial for him. One can write a star for the leiva, a meaning. He wants to write a star chayiv that he owes, that he borrowed money. Here again, it's detrimental to him. It's bad for him because if it gets lost, the Malva will have it and they'll be able to say, "You owe me money," even though you didn't give him a penny. He never borrowed.
I know.
He wrote to be able to go to the Malva because the Malva will say, "I have no time." If you have a star, so he said, "No, I have a star ready. Just let me the money. I wrote your name. Everything is ready." So he wrote up the star beforehand, which is for him is scary because if he loses it and the Malva finds it, he'll owe him the money, and it's
I never borrowed him.
even though he wrote it because he wants to, in case he can't, the Malva is ready tomorrow, and he says he has no time, he'll be able to produce the star right away. Even though Malva is not there because it's a schutz for the Malva. Okay, and he only has to lose. The Leva only has to lose because he didn't borrow the money yet. If the Malva insists that the Leva owes him money and he wants a star to be written, he cannot have a star be written for him unless the Leva is there admitting that he owes the money and you can write up the star. The Leva has to pay for it. And the mother is going to ask, what's the chiddush? He's gaining, he's the makabel, he's getting money. Of course he pays for the star. One writes a star for the seller, even though the buyer is not there. Meaning, somebody wants to sell his field to somebody else. He can write that I sold my field to that person, the Chaim Yankel. Even though the buyer didn't buy it and didn't make a kinyan in the karka, but it's a schiyah for him. It's a schiyah for the lekeach. And only a person that has to lose is the meicha because he didn't actually sell it yet.
So why does he write it?
Okay, but he wants to have the star ready. When the Lekei gives him the money, he can give him the star.
He knows the Lekei is coming, so
He knows the Lekei. Obviously, that's the case. He's preparing a star for the Lekei. Yeah, he knows that he's going to buy it. But the Lekeiach, when he says, I bought the karka, write me up the star, the deed, it's mine. He can't write up the deed unless the seller is there. Because now it's the meiche could do it before the sale. The lekeach cannot do it on behalf of the meiche. The meiche maybe never sold it to him.
Maybe he doesn't want to sell it.
Right? Till the meiche is with him. The lekeach and the buyer Nisan Sacha has to pay for the star because he's benefiting. The buyer is getting the karka. Ein koisen study edisin vinisuin elomidash name. Study edisin. The star is the star with both sides make up how much they're going to give for the chasna for the chasna kala. Menesuyin is the ksuba. So these two can only be
And
done.
what is the
Edison's like the engagement for the chasna.
Like
It's like tnoim. Yes, it's like tnoim. It is the tnoim. Here it says elu shtorish shemifrotim behem atnoim shebehem mekabel adam that they are mekabel to both sides to give. Okay, it's called stari psikta kelen shtorish behem nichtav kamis chayvu hoyre achasim hoyre akala losses libnam or levintam.
Don't we do today the Tanoim?
That's like the tnoim today. That's Edison. Study Edison. The suyin is the ksuba. It says you want it can only be written elamidashneim only if both sides are there. The aviyah chasam and the aviyah kala. The aviyah chasam, but usually the father of chasam, the father of kala. Yeah, the chasam is here also upstairs, but it's the aviyah chasam, aviyah kala there. The chasam neisen sacha, and the chasam has to pay for this star, because the chasam is considered as a buyer. He's being kind of.
He has to buy the ring.
Isha niknas bekesef. The man gives her the kesef. He acquires her. So okay. So since he's the buyer, that's why he has to. Yeah. Sagt die Mother, ein Kreis in Star. Arisus v'kablanos elmidashneim. Arisus. Right. So what is a aris? A aris is a person who's a sharecropper. He works in the field, and he pays the owner of the field a percentage of what he's working. Or kablanos, he's like a leaser. He takes it for the year, whether he wins or loses, he has to pay a set amount for the year. So these studies of sharecropper, what the deal is, what the tanaim are, by the kablanos, that cannot be written without both sides. Both sides must be there.
Neither one could cheat, right?
Right. Nisim sacha, and the kablan or the others, they're the ones that have to pay for the star because they're the ones that are making money off of the deal.
Both pay for the stuff, both people?
No, just the arbiter was macht the geld. Either
He's going to make us 10%, 20%,
whatever, or a third of the field or fifth of the field. Yeah, okay. Ain't koisen study beidudin, and the Rashbam says we'll explain later what is study beidudin. The kol ma'ase bezdin and any psak din of bezdin elamidashneim only if both balidinim are there. You're going to learn it's like Zablob. Each one is better for themselves. Both sides have to pay. Rab Shimon Gamil says, L'shneihem koisin shnayim. We write a star for each one by the star Beirudim for each one a separate. Lazel atzman, to each party. And the Gemara is going to explain what the case is. Okay. So Gemara, we learned in the Mishnah that koisin get or sheva to the man or to the woman, ubavat sheyehei makiran, providing that we recognize them. Says what do you mean? Providing that we recognize. Rav Yehuda said in the name of Rav, ubavat sheyehei makar shema ish baget. Who's writing the get? The husband. So when the husband writes the get and he wants the sefer and they to sign, he has to show ID. That it's him, that he's the writer.
Has all the picture of his wife too?
No, just his ID. Wait, and by the sheva, when this woman is writing the sheva that she received the ksuba, so shema isha sheva. So when it comes to the sheva, the isha has to show ID that she is the one.
She could, in other words, he could hire a friend of a woman to say that she received the ksuba, write a sheva. And
Gemara's going to talk about it. You're jumping already. Yeah. Oh, you learned it already?
No.
Oh, he's going to say, yeah. Says Gemara, everything's going to be said. Yosef, Rav Safra, Rav Acha, Rav Huna, Rav Huna, Barachinana, the Yosef, Abai, Gabayo. And Abai was sitting with these three people. The Yosef, Rav is an Amira, yeah. The Yosef, the Kamebayalay. These three Chacham were sitting and dealing with this Shaila. Is it Taka? Shema ish baget. You said when the man is writing the get, Shema ish baget. He's the only one that has to have ID that it's him. Shema ish aloi, but he doesn't have to prove the name of the isha. I mean, it doesn't have to.
But doesn't he write a get to his wife?
Yeah, but don't we have to find out who the wife is also? Don't we need to know that it's this? Not just the man, but we have to know the wife.
Maybe he has more than one wife. He could have more than one
Right now, but he's divorcing, so let's know which one he's divorcing. Let him identify.
Before Rabbi Gersh.
Yeah, but as it's Tzvei Vayva, but we're talking about one wife. So doesn't he have to prove who the wife is? And then by the receipt, Shema Isha, you're right, the Isha writes a receipt, so it's mashma. She's the only one that has to she's the one that has to give the ID. Shema Isha, we don't have to write and verify who the husband was. But Leichish, let us be concerned, like you said, Dilma Kasim Gita, that maybe the man will request of the Sefer and the Edom to write up the get and sign it. And he will go, he'll find a person with the same name as him, but to a different wife, and he'll say, he'll give the wife the get. So in those days, this is the shita that you didn't have to have a star proving that you had a ksuba. The moment you showed a get,
So what do you accomplish with this to give the get?
it's her friend, right? Or it's his friend. So he gives it to the woman, and he says, "Here's the get. You'll be able to collect your ksuba." The moment she shows that there's a get, she has the right to collect the ksuba, because from her to the other husband with the same name as him that he made the get right, or a receipt.
So what do you accomplish with this?
He accomplished that. He makes a klunya. The Rashbam makes it, and they split it. She says, "You want to make money? I'll make you me and your husband have the same name. I'll get a get for you. Here's the get. You go to Bezdin and you'll get $10,000, $5,000 for me. I made this whole thing happen." Yeah, but here he made the whole thing happen. He gave her the get. She's free, and plus no, could be the second woman, and she'll collect the ksuba 10,000. They'll split half and half.
But you will accept the get? The second woman will accept the get?
Yeah, why not?
It's all part of the deal.
It's all part of the She wants to get out. She doesn't have to wait till the husband finally
So
gives
the guy
him.
knows that his wife they're not getting along. He says, "Let's make this."
Let's make a good deal. Yeah, let's make a deal. Okay, and then you also have with the. Okay, here you have another deal. Zimnan Azla Kasa Isha Sheva. At times, this woman, she'll show her ID, but it's a different. It won't say the man. She'll go to the man who has a wife with the same name as him. He'll go and give her the ksuba, and says, "Now you're parted from giving her $10,000. Let's split. Give me $5,000. I'll give you this, and we have a deal." We will save $5,000. We have a lovely day. I'll give it delay. I'll give it to another person. This is a business deal. Yeah, the art of the deal.
So this is what you teach students in the yeshiva?
Oh, so he's telling you we have to
How
buy.
to cheat?
No, we have to bavarn. There won't be any cheating. Amalu Abai said, "Hachi Amarav." This is what Rav says. Shema ish by get when the husband requests for a get to be written, that he has to show his ID. He also has to show who the woman is, the name of the woman.
Even though there's a few women who have the same name.
No, it's a different name we're talking about. Shema ish sheva, and the same thing. The woman who would request to write the receipt that she received the ksuba, she has to show. She has to show who the husband is.
What she has to do, steal his driver's license?
She's going to have to prove it or bring the husband in. In fact, you might have a leichus. Let's still be concerned. You can have two couples with the exact same names, Yosef and Shimon and Rivka, both. So what are you going to do? Maybe one who's doing well with his wife. He'll go, and he's going to go to the other couple and give them the get or give them the sheva and make her half the money. So says Rav. Two couples who have the same names that live in the same cities. The only way the gershon is going to happen has to be only in front of each other, in front of husband. And they have to be there. It's not like it's.
You can't send the get.
You can't send no shluchim. It has to be b'fnei zah. You want to?
Put it in her hands, right? You have to put it in her hands.
He says, "Uba achs min anosh maitzia get b'fnei bezdin b'tehenish and izgasha," and she got divorced. He chayeves lahavi einim sheyeidu sheshnei anoshim sheshmam Yosef ben Shimon hayu neichav kasher nitn lahem aget. So he says they make it clear. They make everything clear in Bezdin. There's two couples, and it's this couple that's getting divorced. Okay. So you might have a leichus. Let us be concerned. Let us be afraid This guy's called Reuven in this city, but he wants to make money. He wants to give Yosef ben Shimon in this city a get or a shaver to make a deal with his wife or with the man, with Yosef ben Shimon, giving him the receipt of a ksuba. So he goes to another city and he calls himself no more Reuven. My name is Yosef ben Shimon.
He changed his name.
Change his name. Because of Gita, and then he says he wants to divorce his wife, they should give him a get. And then he runs back to his old city. He has Yosef ben Shimon. He says, listen, you want to do a deal? I'll give you the receipt of the ksuba. Give me half. Or he tells the wife, you want to do a deal? I'll give you the get, and you'll give me half of the ksuba. Yeah.
But even though her husband is not divorcing her, right?
Right, but she wants to get divorced. Yeah, the one from the old city wants to get divorced.
But he knew that he wanted to get divorced anyways.
Yeah, he knew, but he doesn't. It's she's having a hard time, and he's bargaining with her. Here, he gives her a get, and then takes the whole ksuba. Yeah. Somebody who kept his name for 30 days, a fake name, we say nobody keeps it for 30 days because you have to be worried, the Rashbam says. He is worried that maybe somebody from the old city, somebody will come around. In 30 days, somebody will come around and say, Rama, you're a liar. But, he doesn't want that.
Okay, so when he announces his name, they say,
So-
you're just there,
Uh-huh.
the other guy with the same name.
So they're going to catch him. He doesn't want. After 30 days, we say, okay, you can keep the name. So how about lawyers?
That is correct.
Yeah. Lawyers chazik mai. What's if he wasn't there for 30 days? What's the din? They cut it like on it. You do a smell test. You call him by the new name, and you see if he turns around. If he doesn't turn around, you know it's a false name.
Hey, Jack.
Rav Zvi Dama, Rav Zvi
Maybe
says,
he practiced so many times.
Rav Zvi Dama, Rama, but Rama also says, if he's doing the spitzel of changing his name, he's being careful that people are going to test it. He's going to right away turn around. He's going to know what to do. So therefore, we say if he has to wait till 30 days. I say, Kolzman, it's before 30 days. We're not going to accept it. We're not going to write. We're not going to write a get, a shayva, nothing. Who have to do is this receipt. The halachosim Allah Rabbi Yirmiyah Rabbi Abba, that Rabbi Yirmiyah Rabbi Abba had signed on this receipt of the ksuba to the husband of this woman. So that woman came to Rabbi Yirmiyah. He says, "How do you sign?" And she said to him, "It's not me. You signed to my husband a ksuba, a shayva receipt that I received the ksuba. It wasn't me. It wasn't me." Omar, so Rabbi Yirmiyah Rabbi Abba says, I also told the Aiden, I don't think it's you. You're not the person. Lavihi, I said it's not you. Ramili, but the Aiden came back and said, no, it's her. Make Ishu the Kashala. She became older, Uvagid la Kola, and her voice became thicker, and said, yeah, dear. Omar Abaye, Afagav the Amir Abana.
But even if she says that she's not her, they still don't believe her?
No, but the Aiden knew it's her, but she became older. That's why Rabbi Yirmiyah didn't recognize her. So the Rabbanim have gesagt, I'm sorry.
That you believe the Aiden?
No, but she said that it's not her.
She said it's not her. Then
What does that do with her voice?
and Rabbi Yirmiyah said also, I think it's not her.
Okay.
Then the other Adam said, no, we know it's her. It's just she's older. That's why they're telling Rabbi Yirmiyah, you don't recognize her.
She also wants more
Well,
money.
She wants to try to take again the ksuba a second time.
Shuba to
Yeah. So the Rabbanim said, the Rabbanim are wondering, are you going to want to say, Kivin Shehigat Shubay Necheza Magid? Rabbi Yirmiyah said also, he said it's probably not her. And now he's going back with the Edom, it is her. How could he do that? Says, Nimana Tzuba the Rabbanim Lav Oichid Lameidet. A Tzuba, a Talmud Chacham, doesn't look on the Mitzat Sneeze. He doesn't look on a woman so carefully. So it can make a mistake.
So it shouldn't be an aid. It shouldn't be an aid.
No, okay, wait. Now you're going to see Paket. There was this receipt of a ksuba. The same person, Rabbi Yirmiyah Rabbi Abba's side. Amra, she said, that you signed for my husband, it's not me. Amallah, he says to her, Ibra, Antu. He says, you're lying. It is you. Amabaya, Afagav, the Tzur, even though it's not the derech of the Talmud Chacham to look at women. But keep the dark, since this here, you have to look at her. You have to know, so he knew it was her.
He looked for sunglasses.
Amabaya. Okay, we'll leave this for tomorrow. Just talking about